Hello, 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 and welcome to Final Boss Fight. My name is Jeff, and sorry about the late start. Had some technical things to sort out, and there's been a bit of a last-minute change to the schedule. It was supposed to be John looking further into the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, but he wasn't able to do it this evening, and he asked me to step in. And wouldn't you know it, a new game is released today, Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened, which I've been very excited to play. So it just lined up nicely. So you got me and Sherlock Holmes instead. Just by way of introduction, this game has just been released today from Frogwares, and I'm not going to go into the history surrounding its development or circumstances surrounding its development, except to say that the fact that we have this game here today, that we're playing this game, is a major achievement in and of itself. So thank you very much for Frogwares for getting this game out. This game is a remake of the original Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened from early 2000s. This has been remade to be a sequel to Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, so we're going to see a very young Sherlock Holmes just starting out in his detective career with Dr. Watson. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to this ever since it was announced. So, without any further ado, let's get right into it. So there's going to be a lot more new material here. The story, I understand, is going to be the same as the original, but there's going to be a lot more in it, a lot more content in here as well. So let's see how it goes. Rainy streets of London. Could be today. Shadow over London. Okay. Acres. Dr. Watson.
Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
Oh dear.
Set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question?
He's just
Namely,
no
the
chill
whereabouts
whatsoever.
of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here on the table.
Let us see what the postman brought today.
So a bit of a tutorial. Got London Advertiser. London Advertiser, September 28th, 1882. Tensions between England and Sweden are running high after a series of unfortunate mishaps during a recent visit to London by Swedish Princess Hildur. Chief among the scandals was the embarrassment of the British diplomatic corps as a result of the unexplained disappearance of Princess Hildur's personal bodyguard. A long-time member of her inner circle took the opportunity to explore London while off duty and never returned from his late-night promenade. A spokesman for the police assured the Advertiser that they are confident the bodyguard will be located, as he's a striking representative of the Scandinavian people. A man like that gets noticed, whether by his peers at the gentlemen's clubs or the fair nightingales who comfort them.
Local gossip, all of it uninteresting.
This. A book. Visit Barnes Bookshop.
Your
Okay.
order from Barnes Bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
Oh, envelope. I remember Barnes from the previous version. Is that Vogel? He's from the first game. From the first game, from Chapter 1.
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming. I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after a recent discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
It starts out very differently from the original game. And there's... I'll wander around here actually, because oh wow, this has been... Yep!
I'm close, I know it. I just need one more piece to crack the case.
So they kept the general layout same as the previous games. Nice to see. Here I can go outside this time. Been able to do this for a while. It's raining today. Why not just appropriate to Facebook with? Ah yes. Okay, this is our map of the area. Our mine palace, nothing there at the moment. Wardrobe, this is want. For something more appropriate for wet weather. The ugliest suit in the game. Overcoat? Or... Go overcoat. That. That's the one. Top hat. Sherlock Holmes always had a deer stalker. Deer stalker. It's a bit cliche. Never wore a deer stalker. He never really wore a deer stalker in the game. Let's try this one. Top hat. We go top hat. Well, that's not going to be somewhere we're coming up to later in the game. One B Baker Street. Bins. Is that Wiggins? Random boy. Oh, very familiar. I can't talk to you apparently. I like the background music. Ah, there is some differences here, yes. Not quite the same map as the previous games. Okay, what? The bins. Right, where would the bin? Is that a bin? That looks like a bin to me. Here we go. Oh, is that like a pin or a
cactus
suit?
spine.
Oh, a
If it
cactus
gets in your
spine.
skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool.
Do. Oh, there we go.
You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
Oh, the boy's woken up.
Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Why are you saying
Blast.
you can do it?
Then why are you still here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
I like this kid.
Any
Today's headlines.
breaking news today?
The dock accident. It's the talk of the town.
Yes. Besides the tripe on the front page, anything about burglaries?
I'm not sure, sir.
You're a bright
Paper.
child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
That'll be one, yep.
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson.
Ooh.
Cool, I can take the day off.
Boy. Tell me about the
Can
man
you
at the
describe
doorstep.
the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive, hence the appeal of disguises.
Where is he
Which
headed?
way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
Did you
It's the
see what he
paper.
was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears, if you have more shillings.
Oh, is this when he meets Wiggins? Oh, we've got Mind Palace. You in the Mind Palace. What have we got? Who We're in the Strand. Book from Barnes. It was Barnes. Barnes is involved in the scheme. The newsboys said the suspicious man was carrying a stack of books, and this morning, Mr. Barnes, the local bookseller, delivered a novel for Dr. Watson. Cactus spine for assassination, a loud bang. Visit to Mr. Barnes is in order. Barnes is involved in this.
Get
Comes
the
to
Hey,
Mr.
so-
Holmes'
Get your
murder.
copy of the
Yes,
Strand
Barnes
here.
has his quirks, but he also has his scruples.
Not every pawn knows it's part of a game.
Hey, don't need to. Ah, we need to pin this. Pin.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the
Barnes
Strand
Bookshop.
here.
Now, I remember where this was previous games, but it depends if it's the same. It's probably not the same map here. But I know where it used to be. The name is Glentworth Street, if I remember correctly. So I'm looking at Glentworth Street. Denix Manor. Don't go there yet, but keep that in mind. Have a map. Ah, I think I know where it is. I think I saw it on the map. Okay, so they have shuffled things around here. It's not quite the same map as it was in the previous games, which is kind of jarring because previous games like Sherlock Holmes Nemesis, the original Sherlock Holmes The Awakened, and even I think Crimes and Punishments all had the same layout for the map. So you knew where things were, you knew where the bookshop was. Yeah, this is promising. This is the one. So yeah, they've played about with some of the Glentworth Street, and I can die. This is anyway. Go in. Oh, there's Barnes. Ah, station. Bags under eyes. Effective. Ink. Papering. Keycap. He's good. Door left leg. Yep. High heels. One slip taller. Here, tall. I think he's just a workaholic.
Mr. Barnes, a word. Oh, for goodness sake.
After him.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes.
Thanks in the
May
Euro
we
Rise, not from
please-
work.
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you coming.
Would you care to
Richard.
answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How about we reschedule in a month or two?
That's
Come
weird.
now, Mr. Barnes. It will only take a moment.
No, really deep in the weeds with important things.
Oh, they
Help
changed his
me out to a
motivation.
book, just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor. Let's find a way to coax him out.
Oh,
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy?
Apologies, but I can't hear you. Please come back later.
we can unpin this evidence. Here.
I could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
Yeah, this is slightly different. Well, obviously it's going to be different. That's good. Exotic plants catalogue. A catalogue of exotic plants on Barnes' counter. The name of the catalogue reads "Everlasting Plants for an Everlasting."
Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby.
Over here. Ladder.
The ladder is broken.
Broken?
Recently, judging by the freshness of the wood.
And
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
when does Sherlock punch Cthulhu? Probably not yet. Don't forget, these people don't know about Cthulhu. It's the proper investigation. You never know about Cthulhu at the start. Bit wet out there.
The finest view London has to offer.
Yes.
In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is. An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible.
Oh. Outside. Over here, I don't know if these are anything, but I can try.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses.
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
It must take patience and care to produce a bloom so beautiful.
I imagine so. I merely sell them.
A familiar spine. Is this what I found in my dustbin? The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Oh, was it? Holmes, who got, who's going to be the subject of the attack.
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
Wait, is that Alice? Is that Alice from Devil's Daughter? Oh, is this you, Alice? Still reading from the tragic loss.
My condolences, Mrs. Fleming.
Mr. Holmes?
Your husband's death. You're clearly still in mourning.
Oh no. I loved him more than anything, of course, but that was some time ago now. Life goes on.
A lesson we all learn, one way or another. One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a devil to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless. Though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break.
Hey.
Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller. I don't know anything about this, sorry.
Doing too well here.
I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes.
What do you make of the flowers
There
in
we
Barnes
go. Is
shop
this anything?
window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right. Are you sure you're asking the right person?
Nope.
I'm just a flower seller.
No reason not to ask about anything, really.
I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes. Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller.
Are you familiar with Mr.
Go,
Barnes?
Mr. Barnes.
No, not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy, so we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached, but since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face.
Hello there. What's your name?
Lily, I know, not very original.
Hey.
The
Great
weather
job.
is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall.
Going in the Mine Palace. We do have something going on in the Mine Palace. Okay, let's see what we've got. Why is Barnes acting so strangely? Station. That one. Testament documents. Got 2 out of the 3 right. That's good. We just hit off road. No. Still not. I do like that it removes the options for you. Ooh. There we go. Mr. Barnes loves Mrs. Fleming, of course. Barnes displays a bouquet of dead flowers to attract the attention of Mrs. Fleming, a florist. You may hope she'll come into his shop and give him watering advice, or it could be a symbol of his desperation. Barnes anonymously gifted her a cactus which he ordered from the catalogue on his counter. Questionable choice, but for Barnes, a symbol of his eternal love, since the cactus catalogue presents the cacti as immortal. Plainly, this is the same cactus he dropped on the strand outside the 1B Baker Street. Now to hear the full story.
Perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
You think?
Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
Super paranoid at the
Mr.
start of the
Barnes?
story.
I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer.
Crash.
I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured, we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
All right, then.
So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus in your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic
He
gesture.
has no chill whatsoever.
It's true. I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
Really my area. Or I know what to do. Really his area.
I have neither the experience nor the interest in navigating the finer sex and their peculiarities. Do what you will.
Oh, right. Yes, of course.
So at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue
Yeah,
of The
yeah.
Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper.
Ran September 28th, 1882. Strand, September 28th, 1882. Saltpeter explosion rocks docks. Locals at the Port of London had a rude awakening last night. Loud bangs and thick red smoke disturbing the peace. Merchant ship Moskva had docked at Pier N3 in the early morning, en route to Europe, when it was rocked by several concussive explosions. Port Authority is yet to comment on the incident, and it's unknown if any crew members were on board at the time. Eyewitnesses report seeing saltpeter leaking into the river, but with the area still off limits to workers and the public, maybe some time before we have a full account of what transpired.
Come, Dr. Watson. Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
That looked like a map. Okay, yeah. So where to now?
Well, that was an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
There was supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No? Well, Only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean anything.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said
Here we
I
go.
knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my writing career. But
It's brilliant. Let's go.
good.
Could have avoided
Well,
all
his
of
house
this.
is nearby. Come.
It's been there. Could have avoided all of this if you just listened to him at the start. And it's still raining. Rod Watson, he's there with his normal outfit on. Anyway, yes, gates are open. Here we go.
Not much further now.
Yes, Captain Stenwick.
Is this lousy attitude of yours because of my altercation with Inspector Lockhart? Did he put you up to this?
Sir, the inspector has nothing to do with it. I'm telling you the same thing I tell anyone seeking a missing person.
Good day, gentlemen. Forgive the intrusion. Captain Stenwick, this is my colleague Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective I told you about.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name again? I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Sergeant Ruffles, and it's my superiors who made this decision, sir.
Shots fired.
Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. But when life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer.
Why has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes. A servant walking away from his master is not our highest priority. That said, if we find Kimahia breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
You heard
Bye-bye.
that, didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony. Then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain, perhaps Mr. Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant, so that he may begin his investigation.
Ah, yes. Quite right. Fire away.
Yes. Let's start from the top.
Tell me about Kimahir.
He's foreign. A Maori. All the way from New Zealand. Biggest man you've ever seen, and as strong as two. Dark hair and fearsome tattoos. He doesn't speak a whit of English. Never bothered to learn. But I made do with pointing. I invested a lot of money in him, so he must be found.
When did
Spanish.
you last see your servant?
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning papers, but yesterday I had to get them myself. He must have escaped the night before yesterday.
You
May I
live.
see your servant's bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. You can't miss it.
Did you search the
Yes.
room?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
Why would you run
Is
away?
there any reason Kimahir may have left?
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment, new clothes, and all the cabbage he could eat.
You run away before?
I take it this is the first time Kimahir has vanished?
Undoubtedly. The man seemed terrified of the city. I think it was all the noise. He never left this estate. Should he cause any damage, I will bear the responsibility, for it was I who rescued him from savagery and brought him here to England in the first place.
Steal anything?
Kimahir make off with anything of value?
Heavens, no. I would have mentioned it to Sergeant Ruffles.
Still, he must have fled with some money on his person.
No, no. I kept his wages in my safe. For security.
All right,
Caring
Captain,
employer.
I think I have enough to get started. We shall first take a look around the mansion.
Go ahead. I'll be here, mentally drafting my complaint.
Hey. If there's anything in here before we get started. Not expecting there to be, but nice. Out the rain. And we'll go back into the rain. Statue back here. I think it's Ed. I think. Thinks it's interesting as well.
Chewing tobacco.
Footprint.
A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots.
Well, this one's. There we go, imagination.
Looks like a knee print. Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests they were waiting a while.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. To read the ground like an open book.
Choose imaginations. Gone already? No, we're not ready. Not. I think we need to learn more about what happened. So let's press on. I like the music in this. It's like the music from Chapter 1, but there's definitely got more of an edge on it.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Oh, what's this? Parallel tracks, wheels. There's a cart or something through here.
Could have left these tracks. They seem fresh.
Like this, maybe? We've got a pin. We're pinning. Some things to pin. That's an observation. Observation in the book. That one. There. That's what we needed it for. Already broken, not used recently. Wasn't that. More stuff down here. More tracks.
Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden.
What else we got around here? I haven't even gone into the shack yet. Like seeing what there is out here first. On here. What the heck is that? Wrap of cloth.
The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney.
I think we've exhausted that one, so we need to pin this one down and see what there is for this. Guess talk to the guy first, I think. Talk to Captain Stenick first. Nice. Whatever it is, it's presumably nothing important because it's not highlighted. Still need more things to look up. See what this is. provide evidence. This lock.
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimmy here and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the
Ooh.
garden.
That didn't work out too well.
Are you joking? Why would I know this? Where on earth are you going with this?
Do you happen to know Kimahir's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest. But I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
Not his footprints then.
Has Kimahir ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Definitely
I'm
not him.
certain I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimahir's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would
I
have
don't
known
like this
if
guy.
he used tobacco.
Hey. Observation for. Fair enough. See what's. Right, let's turn our attention to the shack now. And already we have some investigation points on the door. That key. Yeah,
Clothes made of Hessian. Is Sten really so miserly?
sounds it. Is of
A Maori nose flute.
Nose flute.
Ngurus, they're called.
oh hello, what are you?
Button chops. The remains of a meal.
Oh, I know what this is.
A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
Ah, I'll never forget that smell after my time in Afghanistan.
Opium.
That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, a narcotic.
The ashes are long since cold. No air coming through it. Is
What's it got
this
blocked?
a Tanifar, a Maori water spirit, or something else?
Either way, it's giving me chills.
Indeed. Down here. Well, it looks like a face.
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here.
Yes. Spyglass.
A small navy spyglass.
That. Nearly there. There's some bits we need to find out. The area, see if there's out boards.
A scrap of Hessian.
There's a struggle
These
here.
were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them.
Got everything. Okay, so we now have to reconstruct events. Right. Hold on, scrap a Hessian there. That's more likely. That feels more likely. Yeah. What? Saying someone chucks a ball, the opium ball in there. Came round, knocked him out. Hearted him out. Looks likely. That's not likely. He was abducted. First one over here. This is the guy was sitting to watch. That's not right. Have a look at the. I think it's this one. Last one. Taking the key from the shack. You. Got it.
Surveilling from afar, the
Got it
intruder
right.
waited for a window of opportunity. When Kimahir went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahir inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimahir had the key in his shack.
Remarkable. It makes total sense.
Unpin that evidence now. Now, to speak to Captain Stenick and tell him. Loving this. It's less open world than Chapter 1, because Chapter 1 just had a huge map on it. Fully open world, but this one is more contained, but that's
You'd
fine.
best have found something by now, gentlemen.
I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimahir. Likely the owner of the spyglass I found earlier. It appears they were watching for some time, as there was an impressive amount of chewing tobacco on the ground.
And your point?
I found the residue of narcotics in Kimahir's brazier. There are several explanations, perhaps your servant's recreational interest, or an attempt at poisoning.
Cut to the chase, Mr. Holmes.
You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing. Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimahir never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes, not questions.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimahir was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep, he slipped a narcotic into Kimahir's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimahir, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know? Why haven't you found him yet?
I only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I have already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for
Don't like
me
this
to
guy.
stroke your ego, is another second wasted. I'm not interested in the how, the why, or the who. I am only interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
Bye. Punch his lights out.
Is, Captain, we're telling you this for a reason. The intruder fled through the garden door, and we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that. Here you go. I hope you'll return soon with good news. And in the meantime, please teach your companion the art of brevity.
Ow. Anyway. And it's still raining. Here we go, right. Right out into the canal. Oh, something to pin. Looking for cart tracks. I think I remember how this works in the previous game. That we're just following the cart tracks. Have a look over this way first. That way, didn't go down there. What's up this way? The dead cart. So it must be the other way then. Are we just following him? Okay. Go around here. Doing what's... He's kicking along the wheel. We must have come this way, there's nowhere else for them. Back out to the main road. This seems... I probably am. Go back there because you can usually trigger an actual thing to follow on them. Go back there, ping it and see what we get. Oh, whoa, 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 what's this? Hello there, what are you?
What does it say? What does it say? No seams or torn fabric on this doll. Likely one-legged by design.
The hunt. Hey ho, street pigeons, roof ravens, another treasure hunt is upon you. Who in hand it's up to find all the dolls?
The treasure hunt? Used to do lots of those in my childhood for myself and...
Is it a call for help? A bad joke?
or both. Better not risk leaving this matter ignored, don't you think?
Right here now. Of the abductor. Ah, we can do something here. Got one of them, right? Ah, haven't found much yet. Trail lead. Right, grand, right? Okay. Another case about. Okay, so we've got a treasure hunt to follow, so we can. It's along the way, probably. Ah, look, more things here. And let's see what we've got.
Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimahia's cart, I gather.
This. Salisbury.
Roy Soulsby. That be the name of our man. A strange substance. I have my suspicions based on the colour and consistency, but would you care to hazard a guess, Doctor?
Well, it's odorless, but from the way it absorbs water, I'd say saltpeter.
Then we're in agreement. Well done.
That's.
Sturdy rope, professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair.
Oh, Peter, that was the down here. Well, Peter was in the newspaper article.
A large pile of horse droppings.
Yay!
Many cigarette butts. Someone stood here for hours. There was a cab waiting here. Our abductor slipped in and then off into the night.
Ah, more stuff here. Sailor's not. Was he a sailor? There we go. Kidnapped by a sailor. Particularly not a spyglass and the footprints of a working man's boots. They held up to one conclusion. Kimiya's abductor is a sailor. Where does the trail lead? You're right. Sailor's not. Bullets with saltpeter. Yes. Port of London. We now know Kimi's kidnapper is most likely a sailor. That is well, it bears saltpeter residue. There's a recent saltpeter accident in the Port of London. Everything suggests that to find Kimi here, we must head to the Port of London. There's no time to lose. It's vital we find a cab to the Port of London immediately. Well, you say that. You say that. But
Scrap
first...
proved not so useless after all. The saltpeter accident. Doctor, do you recall?
The Port of London, of course. The footwear, the spyglass.
Indeed. We shall need to take a cab there.
Let's take a cab yet. I want to find this. I want to find this statue with a wheelbarrow in it. Be quick. Gonna skip. Oh my word! What happened there? What happened to you? Walk away from that quickly. There. That's his place. Where are we looking? In this. There we go, we can run around everywhere. Actually, let's have a look at the map. Map. That might be the... Quick run around. Hold on, here we go, here we go. This place.
Impressive stature, strong gaze. I think this man deserves a knighthood.
Oh, that's
Really
neat.
does.
Arthur
How
Ignatius
can you be so
Conan
sure?
Doyle.
On rare occasions, Watson, it can suffice to trust one's gut.
I'll just be your writer. Ah, here we go. Hello there.
A miner with a sooty face. At least, in Doleful. What's this?
Hey ho, dear rats, another treasure hunt is upon you with a coon. So, see where this one is. Like Stenix. Stenix. It looks like Stenix Place, doesn't it? This side. The other side. Hello. Oh, this is a marketplace. This. Not this way. Get out. Can't. It has to be where we saw that horse before. There we are, it's the marketplace. So yeah, that's the house. And here's some. Drop on the. No, 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 we got it, we got it, we got it, we got it.
Unnaturally bent legs, yet they look to be a design choice. Seems to be for me.
That's near the bookshop. That has to be near the bookshop. Where is the...
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
Skins?
I'll stand watch, just in case the strange man comes back.
Thank you, Wiggins. Don't need to, but thank you. Bookshop. Flower shop. Ah, it must be down here. That far from round to the left. Where it is? Where are you? Thing.
Could you help me?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Hi. Search this area thoroughly. Okay. Ooh. This.
A model of a homely room and fireplace.
Hold on, have we got to plug these dolls into? Okay, okay, okay.
Looks like a factory to me. Wonder what could get the gears inside moving.
Found that. Ah.
Chimney bears a peculiar form, like it's meant to have something put inside.
Okay, okay.
A small minecart. Endearing, if disturbing. Looks like putting something in the slot may get the gears inside to move.
Oh. Yeah.
Charles.
Charles's key.
Anne.
And will lead to
Tom.
oh, this.
Children's clothes, judging by the size.
Welcome to the hunt. Another treasure hunt is upon you. Okay, more of these things.
Padlocks
Ah.
have names etched onto them. Anne, Tom, Charles.
What do we find in here, we ask ourselves. Spinach?
Tom, Charles, Anne, and Mary.
Birth certificates. Anne Cordrain caused death. Tom. Yeah. Anne Cordrain, age 12, cause of death blood loss due to leg injury. Tom Gill, age 5, cause of death smog poisoning. Charles Potter, age 14, cause of death severe burns, debilitating injuries. Ooh. You.
Last doll seems recently made.
Like there's somewhere to plug them in. The smartest pigeon of all. You finally made it. You found the last piece of the puzzle. It's only the last piece in this hunt. It's the last piece ever, my street pigeons. I got to know a lot of you. My riddles have only been lighting your day, but it's shining that soul beam meant being surrounded by complete darkness. Charles' death, the third of our foursome. My lips have lost the ability to smile. Laughter's forced us to work where we don't belong, squeeze what little light we had out of us. Each day ended with me praying that the next, when I have to climb down the chimney again, breathe those awful fumes, listen to all the screams would never come. I don't even know how to pray. My friends thought I was the strongest, but with every loss I felt smaller and weaker, and now I feel nothing at all. So goodbye. I hope that one day you can fly away to warmer places, happier times, never again be forced to give up your life.
Not sure I like the treasure hunt's ending.
Could we really have saved her, Holmes?
No. Solving this crime is beyond my reach. It is society who must work on sparing children from death by hard labor. What a grim view.
Grim view. Right. Got another one. Hey. Is that how they all died? Here. I think we've cleared this case. Togs gone. Cordona suit, I like that. Cordona suit. The good old days. Anyway. Ab. Oh, we got some guises. Oh, we got suits for Watson as well. Oh, that's awesome. That's pretty awesome. We can dress up Watson as well. Put him in some other stuff, shall we? Right, can we put a hat on him as well? There we go. That looks better. That looks so much better. I like that they put that in. Nice little diversion. Anywho, what do we need? Find a cab. Cab over here. Can we talk to the guy? Guess not. Oh, this goes down here. Okay, down to the park. Ah, you. You there, sir. Cannot return after leaving. Be sure to finish everything you wanted to do here because this is the end of the chapter, that's why. I think we've got everything.
Where to go? The Port of London, please. I will show you where to stop.
Did the side quest, we did the main quest. Oh wow, smoggy. Chapter 2. The Blood Red Knight. Port of London. This is very much a departure from the previous game.
Mr. Holmes, what a compelling mystery we have stumbled upon. Perhaps I have the premise of my next novel.
One kidnapping does not a story make.
Stop! A black cat crossed before us. It's a bad omen.
I did not take you for the superstitious type, Doctor. Such things are mere fantasies, tricks of a feeble mind. One imagines a physician would keep a surer footing in reality.
Perhaps, before the war, my time abroad was difficult. Once, I came across an Afghan, bleeding, who I could not save. He pressed a rosary into my hand. A gift, he said, so as to gain God's favor. After that...
Dr. Watson?
Yes, well, I shan't get into details, but sometime later I found myself lost in the desert. Dehydration set in, and things grew ever more dire. The man's words came to me. I said a prayer and placed the rosary on a rock. A gift to gain God's favor.
And you were rescued?
Yeah, that was it.
Yes. A detachment of British soldiers found me.
To whom I'm grateful. Without their diligence, you would not be standing here and I would not have this case.
I'm sure you have another explanation prepared, Mr. Holmes, but I think I shall cling to the occasional superstition all the same.
To each his own, Dr. Watson. So long as it does not interfere with my methods, do it. We must press on, cat or no cat. The question remains, why abduct Kimahir?
Ooh, pub. Got Crosby's calling card. Who abducted Kimmy here? Let's see what we've got. Mind palace stuff. Okay. First mermaid. Let's give it a go.
Do you know anything about this?
I think I can help you.
Oh, okay. The man usually wanders close to the dockyard. Not expecting to get a hit so soon.
May I ask for your assistance?
I can't tell you because I don't know.
Ding. Let's try in the pub.
Oh, hardly a reputable establishment.
I've seen worse.
Now, in the previous game, there was a guy here who was waiting for delivery of a prosthetic arm. It's not going that route this time. expecting that. Ah, back door. Okay, let's go back in and finish up what we're doing in here. Expecting that to be a back door. Let us question the barkeep. That's usually a good thing to do.
Greetings, miss. I'm hoping you can help us.
We shall soon see.
Serve. Caps lips. End it. Morning sickness. Does she or doesn't she? Hiding it.
I heard tell of a recent explosion in the port. What do you know of it?
Ah, yes. Something exploded in a ship's cargo hold. Caused a terrible blaze. The sky was red with smoke till morning.
Where precisely did it occur?
The ship sank near the third pier, next to the dockyard.
Your clothes are already tight and soon they won't fit at all. How far along are you?
I thought I'd hidden it better. How did you know? Are you a doctor?
In a manner of speaking.
He's not. He merely has the ego of one. I apologize, miss. Mr. Holmes is fond of his observations, but I am the doctor here, not him. Do you need any help?
I'm fine, thank you. I would rather not discuss my condition, nor let word of it spread.
Well,
My colleague and I are seeking a burly man, above average height, with workman's boots.
Half my customers, then. Your description hardly narrows things down.
go with the thingy.
Are you familiar with a Roy Salisbury?
Roy Salisbury? I know the name, but he's not one of my regulars. My guess is that he works somewhere around here. What can I get you?
Pinned. Have a map of the place. Still pop down.
May I ask you something?
I can't help you with this.
Bit of a bleak place. There, sir, wandering
Excuse me,
around.
just one question.
No, sir. I never heard of it.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Oh, sorry, I know nothing.
Is there a doctor? Man, he's very sick here.
It sounds as
Oh,
though
what?
those people will need my help.
Ooh, let's find out.
Hello, this is Dr. Watson. We'll take a look at your friend.
Get down there.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Here then.
Freshly dug up treasures, it seems.
Everything ends up in a river. It's a good thing these people take something from it.
The water has a curious whitish tinge to it.
I don't know, look at that. Process.
The subject is hyperventilating. He has a pale face and dilated pupils. Dilated pupils, decolorized skin, necrosis. What do you make of this, Doctor?
All signs point towards acute poisoning. It could possibly be due to chemicals. I won't jump to any conclusions yet.
You there, sir? Talk to me.
Excuse me, just one question.
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Hey.
Is this familiar to you?
It's a shame I can't answer your question.
Up here.
The coffee
Oh.
won't go away. The doctor's too pricey. The coffee won't go away. The doctor's too pricey.
Pile
what
of rotten
this?
food. It carries danger, but not of the kind that we witnessed.
Looking.
Bruce, it's been decomposing for weeks. If this were the origin of the disease, it would have started sooner than a few days ago. The
That then.
waterway goes under the buildings. We'll need to find other open sections in order to continue our search.
I'm gonna track this thing down before I do anything. Fish missing for a week. So if you see him, our stone shantytown, Redback over house entrance. Get out of here and find our way back to the river again.
Ma Dalton swears she saw ghosts in warehouse too.
There's a lot of
The
extra
coppers even
cases in
went over
this.
there. Bruce, be serious.
This is much bigger than I thought it was going to be. One thing at a time. So more bits of upstream.
This pipe disposes of wastewater from a factory. A possible culprit, but would likely have caused trouble a long time ago. Moving on.
Okay, so this is where it comes out.
Human waste. Despite looking fairly hazardous, I doubt it could cause such acute poisoning. I can't see any other major source of contamination in this section of the waterway. Perhaps another place.
That was there. Follow this railway line. Are we? Here we go. Truck fell sideways.
A recent cart crash.
Oh, what's this?
Phenol. A dangerous substance often used as a sanitizer, coming from Spade Chemicals.
I never loaded this trolley with more than half the weight of Danny Nutcracker. She was a character from the Jack the Ripper game. Or 200 pounds at a time. She did the Mexican flamingo with Joshua, and the poor thing's not running well since. The trolley, that is. Joshua broke long ago. Also, the ship from Barbados asked for 1 ton of fennel, so let's hurry up. Ivy, Spade Chemicals. Oh, there we go. Dead fish.
The fish's scales have decolorized. What a disaster.
Art accident. Ask people around here.
Help me, please.
Of course I know. To cut a long story short.
First time, the Spade Chemicals building is located at Warehouse 5. That's 8, 9. Nope. House 5. 3. 2. Wrong way. 6. 7. So 5 must be around here some. 4. Are we? 12. And everything except Warehouse 5. 3. Six. Right. Yeah, we're back on. Seven. There. That's 4. 3. And the X 5. Oh. 7. Going round. It's Warehouse 5. N. Spade chemicals, there it is. Bye. There, sir.
Barrels of phenol from your company ended up in the canal. It has poisoned people. You will need to clean it up properly. Otherwise, we will inform the authorities.
What the? We will call the cleaning brigade immediately. I hope this can stay between us.
Okay, let's go back to the Mudlarks. I'm lost. Sure. Go back to the center and let's use the fast travel.
Gentlemen, the doctor here and I have found the source of the contamination. Spade Chemicals will take care of it.
That's pretty good news. But how long will it take? And what about our friend? Will someone pay for his treatment?
Pressurize the company. But for now, get rid of the stained clothes and rinse any phenol-affected skin. No one else should touch the canal today.
Thank you, we'll do that. Let's go to the chief doctor for help.
Yay, we did it. Now, what was this other one? Haunted warehouse? Warehouse 2.
The coughing won't go away and the doctor is too pricey.
May I ask for your assistance?
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
Could you help me?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
How goes the game? Game's good. There's a lot more stuff than in the previous version, than in the old version they put out. So yeah, there's a lot going on.
The coughing won't go away and the doctor is too
A lot going on here. That's right. A lot of side quests, side cases here that weren't in the original. So I've got no idea what's going to happen. It's good. Good. Right. The box. Warehouses. Three. 4. Two?
Good evening, Constable. I heard some people talking of ghosts.
Any signs of Cthulhu yet? Nothing yet. This is just early days, though.
Gossips, all of them. An old lady neighbour saw some lights in ghostly shapes in the middle of the night. She heard music too. Turns out this was the warehouse of Grandpa Kujak. He owned a business with theatre props for scary shows. I went in and... well, it is a bit creepy. But I think it was probably just some kids fooling around.
Do you mind if I take a look inside?
Not at all. It's like Madame Tussauds, only worse. I'll be
Oh.
on the beat round the pub for the rest of the night. Damned explosion. Good night, sir.
Find out. Like the first session or two of Brindlewood Bay, indeed. Now let's see what we've got in here. load of like this.
An effective contraption. It still works.
Dead end looks like, so let's go downstairs. Hold on. Okay.
They opened the casket and left marks. There was a box in the coffin. It was removed quite recently.
This.
A herbal odor with an acylic base. Liquor?
Smuggling liquor. I've got another imagination thing. What on earth?
Phosphorus, used recently.
How sprinkle the spoops indeed.
Where is this going?
Base missing crates. It looks like that's the
Several
one.
crates are missing. Bottles of various shapes and sizes. I detect a mix of chemicals and aromas.
It's a bootlegger still. What the heck?
Inspired by the legend of Sleepy Hollow. That's most likely the ghost the old lady saw through the window.
Back out again. Outside here, really. Hey. Yeah.
No brand or markings. It looks like a bulk product.
Ah, this is the last thing we... This.
Who is this intended to scare?
Way out. Trying to ping everything to see what I've not... What's over here?
Who is this intended to scare? A small cart left those tracks. Somebody had fun.
Right, there we go, there we go. Okay, so... Here. Here. Okay, let's try and reconstruct what happened. I think that's more likely if there's a crate inside. Okay. This isn't illegal still, this is. I think that's what happened.
Somebody played with phosphorus to give the illusion of ghosts or ectoplasm. In reality, they were here to mix a few ingredients and prepare a solution of some sort. Then they took a box hidden inside the casket. And they left through that gate with a small cart.
Bones on the floor. Where's that going? This way. Time's redeemed a stretch. Let's do a stretch. This.
Dr. Tippett's electric pectobrain. Patent medicine of the future.
This is a patent medicine. A quick fix at an expensive price that drags the patient slowly into death.
We're asking people about this then.
Is this familiar to you?
I think I can help you.
Hey, Dr. Tippett's electropectobrain can be found in shantytowns. It's defense in the yard to the sick and suffering. Back to the shantytowns then. I'm extremely lost. We're gonna quick fast travel over there. Yeah, it's just... This is the other case. Where that is. Hold on, is this it here?
Help me, please.
It is a shame I can't answer your question.
Look at the map. Yard. The right direction.
The coughing won't go away and the doctor is too pricey.
Yeah.
Where are we? The field hospital?
Ah, here we are.
The cart from warehouse 2.
Promising. Almost, Doctor. Homemade medicine recipes. And look what he's got in his hand. The
Good evening,
charlatan.
sir. Are you the gentleman who sells that intriguing pectobrain beverage?
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm Dr. Thomas Tippett, and yes, its proud inventor and purveyor.
Are you a doctor? You seem remarkably young.
I'm self-educated. I help people in need around these parts with my medicine.
Helping, as in bringing to the grave?
That is unfair, sir. The virtues of my invention are to calm the nerves, to stop coughing due to the endless smog, and to help children to sleep.
Has your beverage been tested by your peers or any medical authority? I am a doctor, and it appears that you are playing with people's lives, people who place their trust in you to ease their pain.
People need help, and drugs are expensive. My formula helps, and it's inexpensive. The product is dispensed from here only, so dose and usage are controlled. I looked into other patented medicines. They contain harmful or useless substrate, and they're sold in respected shops and pharmacies.
Do you realize what you are doing? You are playing with people's health.
You're a doctor. Take a look at my product. You won't find mercury, radium, lithium, or any other toxic substances drowned in alcohol and sold freely by so-called health professionals. I can show you how I work. Let me help people.
Watson, what do you make of this situation?
I'm not sure. Patent medicines can be a scourge, yes, but he is not entirely wrong in practice.
Why the haunted warehouse?
Well, nobody was using it, and people are afraid of ghosts. It kept them away until today. What I do is not entirely legal, but I do help people. I help up to 50 people here every day. It is working.
Doing his own mission to help those in need. Please be informed, or Tipper can go on helping, albeit imperfectly.
It appears that the saltpeter explosion rattled the locals. Can't blame them for staying at home. The patient has a high temperature and is short of breath.
No. Know about that one. Investigate this. Anyway, not. This missing person poster. Last day in Port £100 red rag over house end.
The coffin won't go away and the doctor is too pricey.
Are you able to help me?
I can't help you with this.
Red rag hangs over the house's end. That one, this. Like it really does it.
Are you able to help me?
Oh, sorry, I know nothing.
Oh, this is back at the pub. Never mind. Back at the pub. It's easy to get lost in this one.
The coffin won't go away and the doctor's too pricey.
No, we know. Red rag over, is this the one?
Can I ask you a question?
No, sorry, I know nothing.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, sorry, I know nothing.
Hangs over. Up again. One. Here we go.
Hello, lad. Is this where I may find Dea?
You read the poster? Yes? You know
About
what
some
my
of the
brother
shortcomings games being
Gearvest is?
non-committal. About this.
Sadly, no. Well,
In some of the later
not yet.
games, that's true.
Where did you last see Gearvest?
He worked at a, warehouse. This man, Roy Solby, gave him the job.
Oh.
I paid him a necklace.
Daya
I
here.
want to speak to Dea. Is she around?
Amma, my mother, she got sick after the fire. Big red smoke. She couldn't breathe, so I took her to the doctor. Now I am in charge.
Do you still have the necklace that Soulsby gave to Girves?
I think I've accidentally stumbled into the story.
Near the shrine. I tried to sell it to buy Amma medicine, but no one wanted to buy.
How would you describe this Soulsby?
He was big and strong. He had a big scary eye.
Scary, you say?
Yes, like it was made of metal.
Don't go anywhere.
I miss Girves. Do you think he's okay?
Anything like the other game? Probably not.
This cheap pendant looks like silver, but it's only made of tin. No surprise the boy couldn't sell it.
Check this guy out. Dockyard. 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 Okay. There. God, is this way?
Ma Dalton swears she saw ghosts in warehouse too. The coppers even...
Dealt with that already. Tier 3.
Do you know anything about this?
Of course I know. To cut a long story short.
Want to watch the ship exploded yesterday near the third pier. Where I am now. Fast travel edge to make. Ah. Up to you.
Can I ask you a question?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Very nice.
Is this familiar to you?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
The 3 is here. Down here some. You there, sir?
Not in the mood, mate. Shoo!
Pardon me, sir. I am looking for Roy.
Not again. Yes, I'm Roy, but I can't help you find your uncle or whoever you've lost.
Now, what makes you think I would inquire about missing people?
You are the 4th person to ask this week. Just because I work at the port doesn't mean I keep track of everyone who comes here.
May I ask what you're doing here?
This is where the ship sank the other day. I'm trying to work out how we'll remove it.
Who else asked?
You say we are not the first to ask you about a disappearance. Do you recall anything about those who came inquiring?
I only remember the foreign woman. I didn't catch her name, but those are her posters hanging up everywhere. She has badgered me twice now, and I still don't know nothing.
And this woman can be found?
No clue. She was talking gibberish.
That's the boy you've just found.
Now, where was I?
Serve. Which height? Got a gold one. Oh, not brawny. Any stamping. Customs.
Have you seen this before?
My card? Where did you dig that up?
At a crime scene near Baker Street involving a young servant's kidnapping, I might add.
No. Someone used it without my consent. How else would it end up there? What are you on about?
Oh.
I have been told that you hired Dea's son, Girves, right before he vanished. His brother also said you had a metal eye. What do you make of this?
Tell that him to stop making things up.
Rewards.
That boat explosion stopped most traffic coming in the port. Guess I'll be without work for a while.
Wait. Strong man with a metallic eye. What? So that's not Roy Salisbury.
Missing. Puts a man on edge, you know.
Let's go back to the police. Let's go back to the warehouse. Let's go back to the police and see what we can do about this one. I think we have to talk to the copper on duty to finish the case. Tell him or not tell him. This guy then. Would he been in here? In here, is he? Interesting. Okay, never mind. Find the police, yes. Unless he's gone to the pub. That's where he went to. He went to the pub. Around the pub, one or two. There he is.
Constable, I'm afraid we saw some troubling signs, unnatural even, inside the warehouse. Dr. Watson here can confirm it, and he's a specialist. It would be best to stay away for now.
Really? I'm 99% sure that ghosts don't exist, gentlemen. I won't report this to my colleagues after my shift. Some of them might be the naive sort who scare easy.
There we go, that case is finished. Now, this thing. Here is an interesting.
I could do with a pint of the cursed mermaid. The thought of walking in this fog.
Yeah, who this is? At the local clinic. There we go. That's where we need to be. Back to Shantytown. Place is empty now. Look at that. Shantytown entrance. Came from. Here. The back end of the pub, wasn't it? Go back to the boy, see if he's got anything further to say. What's the time? Let's try here, then I think we'll have to wrap up for the evening because we're getting on.
I should have helped Amma put out the posters. If she hadn't been in the smoke so long, maybe she wouldn't be sick.
Guess not. Well, with that, we're going to finish up for the evening. I'm enjoying it. I'm really loving it. A lot slower paced than the previous one, than chapter 1, but that's good. There's a lot more stuff in here than there was in the first one, so it's not just like, you know, the game, we can just like straight through it, so that's good as well. But yeah, we will come back to this at some point. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to stream the rest of this on Twitch or do recordings directly to YouTube. That's probably something I'll think about, and I really want to get into this game and get stuck into this game, so I have to see what happens with that. Anyway, let's come back to the main menu. And with that, let's go back to the credits. as usual, if you haven't done so already, please do consider giving us a follow. It's a great way to support, great way to see when we go live. Completely free way to support the channel. We, as I said, we do have a YouTube channel where you'll be able to watch the replay of this and all the shows that, all the games that we stream, games and role-playing games that we stream. We also have a Discord where you'll be able to join the conversation and talk about this or anything else that takes your fancy. We also have a podcast network, which you can find on all good podcast sites, where a lot of our D&D games are there in audio form. And you can visit our website, finalbossfight.co.uk, for all the details of upcoming streams. Speaking of upcoming streams, this is what's coming up this week. Thursday evening, that is, the Angel Games Player will be continuing with Genshin Impact over on the Angel Games Player channel. On Friday, we'll be rejoining Horror on the Orient Express as the team have arrived at their first stop in Lausanne, trying to find further clues on the hunt for the ancient artifacts they've been charged with destroying. Tune in for that. On Saturday, we have our Final Boss Fight quiz night, so tune in for that and get stuck into that. It's always a good time. We always have fun with that one. Sunday, Realm of the Frost Maiden, where the group will continue the fallout from the previous few sessions and work out where to go next. Leave us to next Monday when Angel Games Player continues with Genshin Impact. Same time Monday evening, John will be back with the stream that should have been tonight, the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. And next Tuesday, we'll be back with Monster Prom Road Trip. So tune in for all that good stuff, and let's see who's around for raiding. Around for raiding. We're going to go to really shout at me. Go to Unifade Walker. Let's give Unifade Walker a go. What's Unifade Walker doing? I'm on observation duty 3. So let's go and give them some love. Start the raid. They're coming for the raid, and see you very soon, guys. It's